We found out Cole has a Palestinian girlfriend now, and Kylan has a Jewish girlfriend.
Whoa.
And I was like, they should have their girlfriends fight, and then we'd have peace in the Middle East. It took me about 700 calories of alcohol to feel a buzz.
You have to drink 30 of these to feel good. We'll probably just chill with you guys. Hopefully talk about some crazy things while we do bench. But we're going to do bench. We'll probably do some kind of overhead, do some kind of tricep, dip or something. But you'll probably just see us do bench today. Welcome back to the Rest Day Podcast, episode 2. We're going to be doing some push today, right? Push-pull.
Legs, push-pull, legs, and then on the 5th day, combo push-pull.
So we already did some warm-up. We'll probably, because I was doing some editing and my phone's almost dead, we'll probably just chill with you guys. Hopefully talk about some crazy things while we do bench. But we're going to do bench. We'll probably do some kind of overhead, do some kind of tricep, dip or something. But you'll probably just see us do bench today before my camera dies. Ethan promised he was going to talk about flat earth.
No.
What's the newest theory? What's the newest thing going around?
Nah, flat earth is dead in the water.
Are there any conspiracies about the border?
Dude, did you see Shane Gillis just accepted a sponsorship from Bud Light?
Oh, really?
All the comments on his post are like, they're like, Shane Gillis is single-handedly going to bring Bud Light back into relevance.
That's big for him.
And then, because he used to always drink Bud Lights, and then the whole thing happened, and he's like, crap, I guess I'll drink Miller for a little bit. But, the rest of the comments were like, Make-A-Wish Foundation really came through on this.
Because what? Because Bud Light's dying or something?
No, because he looks like he's got autism, Down syndrome.
That's funny. Didn't they ditch Dylan or whatever?
Dylan Mulvaney?
I don't even know.
I don't know what they officially did with that. I think they sort of just...
Was he a sponsor, or was it just like
that was
an advertisement or something?
I think it was like some marketing person, like, just sort of, off the cuff asked Dylan to do a post about it.
Right. Yeah, Shane Gillis is way better, man.
Well, it used to be Post Malone, right?
I thought he did White Claws, or is that a Bud Light thing?
I think they're probably owned by the same people.
No, he's High Noon now.
Oh, did he abandon Bud Light?
Well,
he used to be Bud Light.
His new song he says High Noons in it, so I guarantee that was like a specific plant.
Dude, I wish I could get paid to put
morning. He's like, turns out everyone's free when the dinner ends. They dragged me out to a party out in Malibu. After 30 high noons, it was pretty cool.
I don't even know what a high noon is. What is that?
I had to look it up.
Is it like a sweet tea?
It's sort of like a White Claw from what I could tell looking up. Kind of another one of those sort of... Or just a beer. Or just a beer. I honestly, I don't know.
Is it a regional thing for Nashville?
I'm not sure. Well, in the song, he says they dragged me out to a party out in Malibu, so he's in California in the song. That's what I'm saying. I saw that and I was like, I feel like they probably who would just drop that in a song? And what are they advertising about themselves? 30? You have to drink 30 of these to feel good. Oh, they dragged me out to this party and it really stunk. But thankfully, after 30 of these drinks, I'm feeling great.
3,000 calories of alcohol. I can feel good.
It's like a protein powder, you get it and it's like 30 grams of protein per serving. You're like, this is great. And you look on the back, it's like serving size 19 scoops. And you're like, wait, what? You have to mix it with an empty gallon of milk to you're like, it's pretty great, man. You get a lot of protein. You gotta get 30 scoops in.
Protein cookies, have you seen those? They're like big fat cookies. Yeah. And they're huge. They're like 500 calories. And they have 6 grams of protein. It's like, what?
Well, yeah.
How are you marketing yourself as a protein cookie?
Flour has some protein in it, right?
Just after things have some protein.
After enough Chips Ahoy, you're getting protein in. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, oh, that's a cool advertisement. But if you break it down, you're like, you have to have 30 of these. Or are they just
White Claw has 100 calories in it. So It's literally your 3,000 calories.
I'm gonna sue. Wait, this is my chance to sue High Noon, because there's like I guess I don't know if I could sue them because Post Malone said it. But if you could prove that he was like a sponsor,
mm-hmm.
It was like that guy that sued Red Bull because it didn't give him wings or whatever.
Oh,
you seen that whole thing?
Oh my. False advertising.
I went to a party, man, and I had 8 High Noons, and it was a bad time. Or I had 30, and I didn't have a good time like they said I would. Speaking of Budweiser sponsor, there goes one right there, man. A life longer. It's like 90-year-old dude just walked by. I thought it was a MAGA hat. Pure red, just Budweiser.
You can't wear a red hat anymore. Yeah. Red hats are
I know they all look like MAGA hats, all of them. So I just thought about that High Noon thing. It was making me laugh.
I was tracking my calories, and I tracked a drinking session. And I was tracking it as I was going. And it took me about 700 calories of alcohol to feel a buzz. And that was to get to the point where I was like, okay, now I feel the alcohol.
Now it's pretty cool.
I could stop, but this is the point where I want to keep drinking and have more fun.
So what's the High Noon ratio? That's like a
7
3.
High Noons.
Was it beer?
It was beer, yeah.
How many did you have? 7?
Oh, I think it was a beer that was
700 calories by the time.
The beer, I think, was about 150 calories per beer or something.
She had like a 6-pack almost.
Yeah.
Yo, that's our sponsor. Why drink High Noon when you can cut that number down to just 6?
Yeah.
And then the party's pretty cool.
Just have 6 tequilas.
I gotta look up what it is. I gotta see how many calories did Post Malone drink at this party. Do you think he could drink 30 beers? Do people do that? That's just a lot of volume.
That's like Wade Boggs territory. I know, it's a lot of liquid. But for some reason, your body can kind of do it. You just keep peeing. It just sort of goes straight through you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had 30 beers. That's a lot.
Yeah, I've seen people, they get drunk, they just they just keep peeing it out. That's just a lot of, like, the fermentation is kind of like carbonated, right? Like bubbly, and I just feel like you'd be burping and full. I feel like Shane Gillis is the type of guy that drinks beer. Like,
yeah. Some nights they go down easy. Some nights they kind of give you heartburn and you kind of struggle to drink light beer fast enough to even feel it. Your body pretty much filters out 1 beer an hour. So if you're drinking
a light beer or
a light beer,
average?
Yeah, like 1 unit of alcohol per hour. So if you drink 1 beer per hour, you're never going to feel more than 1 beer. You're never going to get drunk. You have to drink like 7 in an hour. And then it will be like you had 6 beers.
Cool.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, you kind of have to drink them fast to even feel it. And if you're not putting them down fast enough, you'll never really get drunk off a light beer. Whereas like shots...
Is that supposed to be the rate that your liver...
That's how fast your liver processes.
Well, yeah, you got to have like a threshold, right? Like, where it's just like, it's as drunk as it can be. Like, you've just submerged your liver in alcohol.
You'll black
it's just
out
time.
Or pass out. Or puke.
Or die, right? Some people die. Or
they mostly die the other day.
Do people die because they choke on their puke only? Or can you just like...
Yeah, you like fall asleep, blacked out, passed out, and then you're on your back and you puke. And then you just drown and you puke.
Or like... Because I always heard like, the frat party, like when I was growing up, like, they just go crazy and there goes another one that died of alcohol poisoning or something. Like,
I've only ever browned out like a couple times, and I didn't even drink that much the other day, 2 weeks ago, and I fully blacked out. I don't know what it was. Like I didn't eat or something.
Interesting. Yeah. Why do you black out? Have you heard?
Yeah, I don't understand that, but like, it was scary. Miranda was talking to me the next day, and she's like, "You were being so funny last night," and I was like, "I don't remember any of that." Apparently, I was saying everything I said was totally great. It was like Jerry and Connor were talking about porn stars. I was just like, you guys don't understand. Miranda's better than any porn star.
She's real. I can touch her.
I was like, good call me. Way to go. And then we found out Cole has a Palestinian girlfriend now, and Kylan has a Jewish girlfriend.
Whoa.
And I was like, they should have their girlfriends fight, and then we'd have peace in the Middle East.
One mud wrestling match. Why was that the first thing that came to my mind? You're talking about porn stars. They're okay. Their girlfriends aren't porn stars. They're just Palestinian Jewish. It would be even better if their girlfriends were Palestinian Jewish porn stars. Then I think we could really end the conflict in the Middle East if they.
It must be awkward for the just typical guy who's dating a woke Palestinian or a woke Jewish woman right now, and just having to be like,
yeah. What do you mean, like, when you say Palestinian, he's not, like, online dating her, right?
She's not there right now.
So is she just Arab? Or does she actually, like, grow up in the Gaza Strip?
I don't know. Never met her.
Just when people say that. I
was blacked out. I could not tell you anything about her.
Just because, like, I'm saying this in case you're wondering where I'm going at. I've always been against, like, painting something as super monolithic. So it's like, if we talk about the Middle East, like, there's the Arab Peninsula. There's, like, the eastern top corner of, like, Kuwait, Yemen, Ethiopia, Sudan. And then, Palestine, up through, like, Turkey. There's so many places of, quote-unquote Arab descent.
Yeah.
And it's, like, kind of like the most popular thing, you now become that. It's sort of like, I'm from Texas, like if I was in Britain right now or whatever. And they're talking about, like, the Texas border. It's like, yeah, I'm a Texan. It's like, well, I'm from Oregon. Like, I have a lot in common with them. We share, a common, religion, types of food, music, which is like, I'm not from there. Yeah. So I do hesitate just because of the I could be wrong. Just because of the popularity of, stand for Palestine. Like, is she really? Like, how many actual people, the population is probably pretty small of that actual area.
Couldn't tell you.
Maybe he's lucky and you got one.
I was just like, how was I, like, holding up a conversation, cracking great jokes, being a good husband, all while being blacked out?
Because all of your self-doubt and self-hatred was drowned out by alcohol.
Pretty hungover the next day. That was weird. Like, I haven't blacked out like that. I don't know if I've ever blacked out like that. So I'm going to take that as a sign that I should take a few months off of drinking.
You keep saying this every time.
Well, I wanted to start at the beginning of February. So I got a 6-pack in the fridge right now. I'm going to drink that tonight. What is it, the 31st or is it the 30th?
You got 2 more days. You got tonight and tomorrow, technically.
Maybe I'll wait for tomorrow.
30, 31.
But, yeah. I'm going to polish those off, and then I'm going to try not to drink. Maybe Valentine's Day I'll have a drink or something. But try not to drink more than, like, holidays or birthdays. I don't know if I could do not at all. I don't know if I want to set that strict restriction. Cut way back. Don't drink at rehearsal because we got absolutely nothing done.
Yeah, so I got some good fishing in this morning. This guy was looping around the pond with his 2 dogs off leash. They're pretty good. They're pretty well behaved, but I was like on the dock. And I'm fishing from the bottom. So anyone that knows nothing about fishing, it's just super simple. You put weight on your line, you throw it down, and then your power bait floats. And it sits right there, and fish kind of, swim by it. So when you do that, you just kind of let it sit 20 minutes or so. Get nothing, you can cast a different spot. So I'm sitting there, it's resting. I don't want to disturb it. I'm watching the line. And his dogs go into the water, swim through the dock, like right underneath my line. There's 2 of them, just smashing, there's mud everywhere. I'm like, oh no. And then he runs up and comes right next to me, and he's like right next to me. I'm like, oh, don't you shake now. Don't you shake on me. And then of course he goes, and just shakes all over my stuff. It's like, oh, I called it. And then the guy's like, come here, Bigley.
They always have to shake off on you.
He came right up to me. Alright, watch this finish off our super heavy set, and then I'll call it out because my phone's dying. But got some cool stuff to work with today, I think. Pretty funny stuff. And if you guys like it, you gotta share it, you gotta comment, you gotta subscribe. Because then we'll, our goal is to do long form, show you our whole workout. But I want to keep you guys interested before we do that. So like, subscribe, comment, share with everyone. Check out the other videos. We'll be posting every time we work out. We'll catch you later.
Peace.